Welcome back everyone, and prepare to be bedazzled, because today we're going to be perusing Amazon for stellar deals on Pokemon action figures. Without further delay, let's allow the frivolities and antics to ensue. Here we go. Thus far, I stumbled upon a Pokemon Battle Figure 8-pack, comprised of 8 Pokemon figures. I do not like the winking expressions, so it's a definite pass for me. I recollect the Tommy Pokemon figures retailing for around $7 to $8 plus sales tax. So that's a steep price of close to $5 per figure when you factor in the sales tax charge. This battle pack lamentably is a pass. You do get Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Eevee, Umbreon, Espeon, and Mimikyu, but if you already have the Kanto starters and their battle ready poses, then there's no need to displace them with these Kanto starters that are winking for some peculiar, bizarre, enigmatic reason. I do ever love these Espeon and Umbreon figures. They have articulation in the legs, and they swivel their heads under the axiom that they can. They presumably are taller than the Tommy Pokemon figures of Umbreon and Espeon. Would I recommend to buy this battle pack if it was priced at $30 plus sales tax? Close to $4 per figure? No, because the winking expressions are too much of a turnoff. I deem them to be unappealing. However, if it was your only option for figures of the Kanto starters, then I would say go for it. Especially if you're an avowed hardcore Pokemon fan, but there are other options out there. I prefer the Pokemon figures are battle hardened and look like they're poised for battle. Here's a 2-pack that features Squirtle and Charizard. He has a Fire Blast effect that he can discharge from his vocal foes. He can spew fire. This Squirtle trumps other Squirtle. He looks like he's ready to enter the fray and decimate his adversaries. This Charizard also looks poised for battle. You can see a seam line throughout his body. It's unappealing, but it's not enough of a deterrent within itself to deter me from buying these figures if I lacked a Jazzwares Charizard figure or a Jazzwares Squirtle figure. You do get another pack here with Blastoise and Charmander, which is a better deal at 13 plus sales tax, close to $7 per figure, but actually that wouldn't be too bad considering the Blastoise is an upgrade over the Tommy Blastoise figure. So this is a recommended purchase. Because yes, you may make the contention that it's expensive to pay close to $7 total for that Charmander figure, but you do get the Blastoise figures, so it seems to balance out in terms of value. This is more expensive at close to $8 plus sales tax for the Charizard and Squirtle. I know that Charizard is more popular than Blastoise. If you're in dire need of a Charizard and you want to upgrade your Tommy Charizard, then take heed of buying this. Even though you're paying almost $8 for that Squirtle figure when you factor in the grand total of the 2-pack and you divvy it up by the quantity of figures that comprise the 2-pack. We also have Gengar and Scorbunny at nearly $7 per figure, just because Gengar is so ineffably epic. Seems to be a mischievous character. I would go for buying this 2-pack. You could always, I guess, defray the cost of it if you resell the Score Bunny figure. Not a fan of Score Bunny, but to each his own, I suppose. We have Machamp and Railu. Or Riolu. Machamp and Riolu. I would go for this as well, even though it was nearly $7 per figure. Machamp is such an iconic, classic, nostalgic Pokemon. You need to trade a Machamp. You need to trade a Machop to evolve it into a Machamp. He has 4 arms. He has a belt. And he's not grinning. Riolu also looks like he's poised for battle. He looks like an apprentice to Machamp. So those deals have merit in my opinion because they're an upgrade over the Tommy Pokemon figures. Primarily because they're taller. Those Tommy Pokemon figures were meticulously detailed. They had high quality sculpts, high quality aesthetics, high quality shadings, high quality textures. This Venusaur figure is almost unpassable. I'd recommend buying this Venusaur figure, especially if Bulbasaur is your favorite starter. I don't see how you can go wrong buying this on $19 plus sales tax. Even if you have an aversion to the Pokemon franchise, you should admit that this figure is extraordinary. He can even open his mouth. How many figures do you know that can clench their teeth together? Seldomly do figures have jaw articulation. It looks like he could devour a Marvel Legends figure. He has a voracious appetite. It'd be ineffably epic if he came with a Vine Whip effect. So, I love that Venusaur figure. These Jazzwares Pokemon figures are extraordinary, and I would deem them to be upgrades relative to the Tommy figures. As much as I love those Tommy figures. With a Green Ninja figure. I guess he can do a backflip or something. He has an action effect. I would say it's a warranted purchase for $10 plus sales tax. Because, you know, he's featured in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You have Lapras, Wartortle, and Froakie. As much as I love Lapras and Wartortle, I just cannot, you know, vindicate paying $23 plus sales tax. Or close to $8 per figure when the line also features Froakie. I think Froakie at best is mediocre, not extraordinary. But if I'm going to be paying top dollar for my Pokemon figures, I want a character derived from generations 1 through 4 in the set or in the pack. We have Gengar. Not worth 40 plus sales tax, even though he comes bundled with the Kanto starters. Here we go. We have another 8-pack here. It comes with Kanto starters, Jigglypuff, Meowth, Pikachu, Psyduck, Lodred. Or Loudred, however you pronounce it. Or Loudred, whatever. He possesses articulation as well as Psyduck. The Kanto starters look like they're poised for battle. I don't like the fact that Meowth and Jigglypuff are winking. They look jejune and jovial. They don't look like they're battle hardened, nor ready and willing to enter the fray and be embroiled in combat. They don't look stoic. They don't look like valiant, heroic, noble warriors. Do they look like asinine anime characters? Well, that's up for you to determine. But their expressions are pretty much gormless. They look like they're just fooling around, to say the least. I did not need my figures to be frolicking. Yes, I do want them to have spunk and feistiness, but I don't need them to be immature. Moving on, we have Gyarados for $25 plus sales tax. I would say go for it. Even though it's almost $28. I love Gyarados. Plus, if you stretch him out, he's about 12 inches tall. The price point is steep nonetheless, but it's still a meritorious, extraordinary, stellar, robust figure. We have Vaporeon. Eevee. And Apom. For $13 plus sales tax. Almost $15. I would say get the set if you're lacking figures of these characters. We have Arcanine, Cyndaquil, and Charmeleon. The Cyndaquil is an upgrade over the Tommy Cyndaquil. I would say go for the set, even at close to $8 plus sales tax per figure. We have a 10-pack here. It's Magikarp, Jolteon, Haunter, Charizard. It's all the more resistible because these candle starters are winking. They look like they're fooling around. They look like they're dawdling around. The Jigglypuff is winking as well. It's almost $7 per figure when you factor in the sales tax charge. It's a pass, unfortunately. Those figures are still extraordinary, but their expressions are just off-putting and they're turn off, so it deters me to want to buy those figures. And it disincentivizes me to want to buy those figures. We have Flareon for almost 23 plus sales tax. That's a pass. We have Toxel at almost 20 plus sales tax. It's a Great Ball. That's a pass. I would definitely say buy this pack. If you could stumble upon this 8-pack for the Eevee has both of his eyes shut. But even with that said, if you could find this pack for $30 plus sales tax, almost $8 per figure, because you get Haunter, Marowak, Cyndaquil, Ditto, Totodile, Chikorita, Eevee, and Pikachu. It's definitely a warranted purchase. The Johto starters are legendary starters, metaphorically speaking. They may not be deemed legendary Pokemon, but people love the Johto starters. I'm not too fond of this 8-pack, especially not at the $69 plus sales tax price point. Get Metang, Wobbuffet, Cosmog, Eevee, Pikachu, Litten, Rowlet, and Popplio, however it's pronounced. I'm not too fond of the newer Pokemon. We get a 3-pack with Ludicolo, Ivysaur, and Grookey. That's a pass at about $6.66 plus sales tax per figure. I'm not going to pay close to $7 for Grookey. Is he a bastardized version of older Pokemon? Well, if you wanted to make that contention, I want to staunchly disagree with you. I'd be more inclined to concur with you because the newer designs are just not on par with the generation 1, 2, 3, and 4 designs. So we do have Teddy Years Leafeon. Leafeon's not worth $20 plus sales tax in my opinion. I wonder if there's an Articuno to buy. We have a pack with Ash. On the basis that Ash is included, I'm deterred to buy the pack because he's taking up slots for Pokemon figures. In addition, he's an abysmal Pokemon trainer. He forsakens his Pokemon. His personality is not compelling. He's jejune and immature. We have Arcanine selling for almost 40 plus sales tax. Separately, we have Glaceon. I would get Glaceon for about a maximum of around $8 plus sales tax. But this one on Amazon selling for close to 21 plus sales tax. It's a definite pass. As much as I love the Eevee evolutions. When you lumber your way into the depths of Amazon, you begin stumbling upon Tommy Pokemon figures that are discontinued, such as Lapras. I wonder what Lapras would look like if he had a Mega Evolution. Here's Menka Gengar. We have Palkia, Ninetales. We have Wynaut and Charmander. As much as I love those Pokemon, they're not worth close to $8 plus sales tax per figure. We have Hydreigon. We have Scizor. Not worth 23 plus sales tax. But I'd get that Scizor Pokemon for around $8 plus sales tax. Gengar, he's worth 10 plus sales tax. We have the Leonard Alien Queen. I did not know why that populated. Was that mistaken for a Pokemon or something? Who knows? That Alien Queen can probably dismember nearly any Pokemon. Oh, I didn't even realize that this multi-pack existed. I've never seen it before. It comes with Sneasel. I'd almost be inclined to buy it, but the Alola forms are not as appealing to me as the Kanto original forms. Nonetheless, a Farfetch figure and the Ponyta figure are decent figures, and they possess articulation. The Sneasel figure is extraordinary. Oh, this is 40 plus sales tax. Yeah, this is a pass. Oh, this Farfetch figure is, I guess, named Sirfetch'd instead of Farfetch'd. We got more Pico. Not a fan of that design. We get Yamper, Sneasel, Wooloo, Eevee and Pikachu. I want a Sneasel, but I'm deterred to buy the rest of them for a premium price. What was the best deal, in my opinion? Probably the Amazon exclusive 2-packs are the best deal, especially if you lack a Champ and a Gengar. Now you can buy the Gengar individually for $10 as this juncture, but if you want the Score Bunny figure, then I guess it makes sense to pay the additional $3. Plus, it's easier to qualify for that $25 free shipping threshold. if you get an item, if one of your items is $13 in lieu of being 10, because you could qualify with some 2 items that are individually priced at 13 plus sales tax. But if you get the Gengar figure, it's going to be arduous to find an item on Amazon that you want that is around the $15 or more price point. But if you get this Gengar and Score Bunny figure, then all you have to do is find an item on Amazon that is at least $12 plus sales tax, which is presumably easier for you to find than one that is at least $15 plus sales tax. The lower priced items are all the more appealing and enticing to buy. The Blastoise is a warranted purchase, especially if you lack a Jazzer's Blastoise figure. And you can even vindicate getting the Charizard with the Squirtle for 15 plus sales tax. So it's a caveat of the Charizard and Squirtle. The rest are 13 plus sales tax. But even at slightly more than $1 more per figure, when you buy the Charizard and Squirtle in lieu of the Blastoise and Charmander, it seems to be a warranted purchase nonetheless, just because these Pokemon are so iconic and classic and nostalgic. And yeah, I mean, if you get all 4 of these 2 packs, you're getting 8 figures. And let's see how much that would cost. It would be 39 plus sales tax for the 2 packs. And then was that other one that's $15? It'd be about 54 plus sales tax when you add that into the order. So for under $60, you get 8 figures. So how much are you paying total per figure? About, you're paying about around $7.50 per figure. I guess that's okay considering that the Blastoise, Charizard, the Gengar, and the Machamp are upgrades over the Tommy, over their Tommy counterparts. And the Charmander, the Squirtle, the Riolu, and the Score Bunny are not abysmal figures. Plus the Squirtle and Charmander look like they're poised for battle. I do like their static poses, but I would have preferred if they had articulation like the larger Pokemon figures, but unfortunately, lamentably, that's not always the case. The larger Pokemon figures have scant articulation, but they still have battle features and articulation nonetheless. That Venusaur figure is also a warranted purchase. It would have been extraordinary if you could discharge Vine Whips or Razor Leaves or anything abundant was additional figures, but even as a standalone figure, you can't go wrong procuring this Venusaur for $19 plus sales tax. You get it used in like new condition. Once again, I hope you deemed this video to be insightful and enthralling. I hope that you were regaled and bedazzled and amused. Thanks for watching. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.